It is now faith in God, faith in the Father, relationship with the Father that is supreme for Christians. It is much more supreme to all these things that, you know, that are inanimate, all these objects or oil, handkerchief and all that. On the other hand, though, we as Christians can use the weakness of the pagans to catch them to Christ. Since they are being driven by these things, and this is where the problem of pastors are in Africa. Since everybody in the world is trying to survive and make a living, the problem with pastors is that they want to use that to catch people to church, to bring people to Christ, and say that everybody wants. So they've started preaching the gospel that God will meet your needs, God will solve your problem, and things like that. But they have compromised so much that they don't know the difference again between church, evangelism, or church. It is in evangelism you talk to unbelievers, to pagans like that God wants to meet your needs, come to God, and you use that to bring them to Christ so that God shows them the miracle, God resolves their problems. But once they come to the church, you don't talk to church people like that. Or church people, you must teach to have relationship with the Father. Church people, you must teach to trust, to have faith in the Father. Church people, you must teach to love the Father. And church people, you must teach to fulfill, to become servants of God and fulfill the will and desires of God. Those are the things we should be teaching in church. But what have the charismatic people done? The charismatic people, they have changed the gospel. So now it's the things that we are supposed to be teaching to pagans and unbelievers are the things we are teaching in church every day. So today now, most people, especially in African churches, they don't even know what the gospel means again. We don't know what the gospel means again, because to us, the gospel is God will meet my needs. Come to God. God is existing to meet your needs. But that is not Christianity. That is what the pagans are thinking. That is how they relate to their own gods, to their idols. So, but we could use that their language to speak to them, because when you are in Rome, you behave like a Roman. So among the pagans, among the unbelievers, we could use that kind of language to attract them, because you are speaking the language. That is on the basis, on the premise for which handkerchiefs were used. They were used among the pagans, among the Gentiles, among unbelievers. That is the premise for which oil were used. They were used among unbelievers. But in Christianity, when you are already knowing God the Father, when you already know God the Father, you don't need to use inanimate objects again to bring miracle to people who have God in themselves.